Content warnings for this session include, but are not limited to, fantasy violence, complex and complicated relationships, deicide, referencing to homelessness, denying the truth, loss of memories, gaslighting, darkness, mentions of spiders, and possible gore. If these content warnings are too much for you and other audience members, we do ask that you skip this episode, check a recap document, or wait until we tell you that the content is over with. Thank you. Welcome, one and all, to the finale stream of Grave of Grief. I am Derek, your wonderful GM, who has been your wonderful GM this entire time. I will be playing the gods, world, and other NPCs involved in this episode. If you are just coming in now and have missed our content warning, we please do ask that you either go back to that and or type !CW in the chat, which I will do for you right now so you can read them. You guys are in for an episode today. You get two episodes. You get episode 10 and our epilogue episode, which is our final episode of the series. But before that and before our recap, I will allow my god killer to introduce himself for the final time.
Hello everyone, my name is Charles, or CJ. I use he, him pronouns, and I am playing Alabaster Mirage, also using he, him pronouns. A man on a search for answers. He started this quest for different answers than he's looking for now, but we'll see where he ends up. You can find me on Instagram at WillyBillyCharlie. You can find me at all other socials as Hello There CJ. And feel free to also talk with me in the NPC Collective, our Discord channel, where we chat about all things past, present, and future.
With that, let us begin. Last we left off, you were in the grand capital of Nofea, dealing with the one known as the Forgiven. She has let you know that she has forgiven you and understands why you are doing things, and disappeared. She will not allow her blood to be the blood spilled before the one who did all of this and caused all of the wrong. Emphasis on the word all. But with a bit of a transforming and magic, you found yourself able to speedily get to the country of Seacris, which is completely underwater. You find yourself following the scent of not one, but two divine. And if you wouldn't mind for our audience, can you describe yourself and what you look like at this moment?
At the current moment, Alabaster, a man with long, graying, dark hair that is currently covering the entirety of his body. His face transformed from hominid to a creature with a long snout with razor-sharp teeth, with claws at the end of each of his fingers, a state that he has found himself more comfortable in. Scales covering his bodies and fur emerging from between these scales, covering him in a sense of warmth where the scales offer him protection. And he has these beaming, sickening green eyes that just can see the clearest in the night, but can see clearer now more than ever.
Yes. This is a lot more like your home. You see, there is a center city, but there are small villages plotted out and around it. Temples raised for gods that they love and worship. But you know the truth. You know how the divine truly are. Well, most of them. Some truly do care about these mortals, where others think of it as a game. I wonder what the two brothers you are hunting right now are going to think. As you walk, the earth crunches under your feet, as you are in one of the air-bubbled cities, not the completely underwater cities of Seacris. You feel the earth twist and grow up your arm. Leg? It's one of these appendages. It's confusing at this point. And pull you deeper and deeper into the ground, as your vision turns upward, as your head is attempting to keep the air in your lungs before you are pulled through layers and layers of earth. Something you would have thought that the gem would have done, instead of just leading you into their forest. But it's dark, it's cold, it's wet. You can't seem to catch a scent anymore. This place is nowhere. It's nothing. Until you hear a voice. Did you think that you could sneak up on us, young god killer?
I was not trying to be sneaky by any means. I mean, if you could see me, I stick out like a sore thumb. I'm only seeking you.
And what is that for?
A point in the right direction.
The direction of my sister or her husband?
I know that seeking one means seeking both, that they are not far from each other. But I am seeking her husband most of all.
Well, then you are smart. Smart to know that you are seeking both of them. As another voice from the other side of you comes out. Perhaps we could have used that kind of, I don't know, intelligence in the war that was about to spout that my brother squashed. Nofea would have been crushed if they had a general like you.
One must think of all possible outcomes. And I would like to just turn on my enhanced senses. It also gives me enhanced speed as well. I know it is very minimal in here, but it feels like something that Alabaster would do, that he would want to. He's in this moment of like, he's in a hole, like literally a hole at this point. So he needs to be aware, especially now that there's two voices, like where are they coming from? What direction are they? Just trying to gather that like general information to the best of his ability.
So you would like to wield the power?
I would.
When you wield a power to do something only a god can, roll 2d6, one for each true state. Add one for each true statement. You've done this specific deck before perfectly. Yes. You're desperate for this to work.
No, I'm not desperate at this point.
You're close to a shrine, lair, or domain of the god you took this power from.
This has been one that I took a long time ago. I don't think I'm anywhere near it in Sacrest, like, just to be fair, you know?
I would say yes if you were not miles underground.
Yeah, that's the main point there. Is
Yes. You were taken out of said domain to be brought to another one.
Period.
So it's a +1.
Gonna be a 12.
On an overkill, 10 plus, lovely first roll.
Yeah, it's a 6 and a 5. Plus
The
1.
GM will describe how you also drain, terrify, or wreck what's around you.
Period. I love that.
I think what happens is that there is, when you try to activate this and get in touch with these powers, there's almost like internal explosions in your mind, like synapses going off like crazy. They don't hurt yet, but they do, in fact, make you feel less human, less mortal, more animal in this moment. But in that moment, as you do this, there are, you didn't even notice them because this is so new, almost like quills along your back coming out of the scales. Almost like an added defense if something were to attack you from behind. And as they're about to explode out of you, there is a crushing force that stops your power. Boy, you dare activate your powers in my domain.
It is only fair. You have powers in your domain. Why not play on even playing grounds?
I have not activated anything to cause you harm.
And neither have I. I just wish to sense where you are.
You cannot, even if you had them activated.
Then why continue echoing through the halls?
Because that's what he likes to do, as you hear right in your ear from the other voice. He likes to be mysterious instead of talking to the people he wishes to see face to face. That's why the darkness is a thing.
Is that voice
It
standing
is
next to me?
right next to you. You feel the energy coming off of this.
I think I won't, like, physically move my body, but I will turn to, like, look.
Turning to acknowledge someone more powerful than you is a smart move. Not even your beloved Kiar could best me in battle.
That must mean that you are truly skilled.
Yes, I am the god of war, after all.
Then did you foresee me coming? Did you foresee all of this?
From the moment the Forgotten was killed in his own temple, we knew something was coming. A war on the gods made by one person. One... And you feel a finger pushing you down into the ground. Insignificant person. But it's all because you lost your wife, right? Oh no. The mission has changed. And you feel a hand almost like pet over your scales on your head. Because you don't remember her, do you? You can't see her face. You can't hear her voice. You don't even have the picture you started with, or your lovely wedding rings. Isn't that right, Mr. Mirage?
Alabaster takes a second to, like, reflect on, like, how true this is, on just how a face in a vision, like, ever morphing, ever changing. It's never one person's face that I see when I try and think of Syra. And even the name Syra doesn't come to Alabaster. It's the memory of her is truly fading, but I think what hasn't faded, like, while the memories are there, the emotions are still there. The feelings of knowing what it was like to be loved by somebody and to have given that person my all in their life. And I think Alabaster holds this feeling very close to his chest, and it helps him realize that no, he does not remember who she is or what she looks like, but he knows her. And he kind of smirks a little bit, not giving him the perception of power in this situation. If that is what you like to think, then by all means think it. I cannot hold you back.
It is not what I like to think or know. Emotions stay. But what is the true meaning if you don't remember the person they're for? Or do you not want to be honest with yourself that she would rather be in the arms of the lady than in your arms?
And then we will discover that myself. Unless you would rather join the majority of your siblings.
There it is. feel the rage welling up inside you. Let it out. Come and play.
I want to wield the power again to enhance the senses and speed. But this time I'm not looking for them. I'm looking for... the whispers of what's behind the conversation that they're telling me. I want to know what they're not telling me. I want to know how I can find the answers I'm looking for as far as directions without showing them that I'm looking for these answers. The idea is that I'm like, since I'm not seeking them, it is their domain, so I'm sure they can sense it, but if I'm not seeking them, and I'm seeking something outside of them.
So just like before, add one for each true statement. You've done the specific act before perfectly. Yes. You're desperate for this to work.
Scared of no bitch. No, like I'm not desperate. I don't think I'm scared in this moment.
And I think close to the shrine. Or like...
Yeah, not close to the shrine. Another +1. I think Alabaster is. He's not that. It's that he's confident in his abilities to take them down. I think that it's more of a. I don't know if he cares about the outcome.
Okay. Roll them bones.
That is a 7.
On a
It's
hit.
a 4 and a 2.
7 to 9. You do it. You are able to activate this, and you hear the whispers. He's a guard. They're both guards. One guards the other, while the other guards the portal to them. You have to find them. It's a maze. It's a labyrinth. The underworld, it never stops. Good luck. Oh, sneaky, sneaky. You hear the voices too, don't you? That's what happens when you kill people. But are they telling the truth? You'll never know. But I guess you have to come find us. As you hear footsteps retreating into the darkness.
I'm gonna wield another power to create a spectral image of myself so I can chase them both down.
Okay. Absolutely. You've done the specific act before. Perfectly. No. You're desperate for this to work.
I don't think he's. I want to help myself, but I want to be true. I don't think he's desperate. I don't think he's desperate.
You're close to the shrine or lair of, the domain of the god you took this power from.
It's a different power spectral image. That was the Forgotten. It's not too. That's pretty far from here, I think. And also, I was dragged down, so I think.
Forgotten.
I think that's where I got that one. Hello?
Sorry, I am looking at the god built. Okay, there they are. Actually, I will say because of how you just activated your other power, you are close to a domain of that god. Because the Forgotten is the god of sleep, dreams, whispers, history, and the dead.
Hell yeah. Think smarter, not harder. Okay, so it's just a +1, but that's okay.
+1.
That's a 12.
On an overkill, A 10 plus, the GM will describe how you also drain, terrify, or wreck what's around you. I think it was a smart idea. It was a really smart idea. But having never done it before, you underestimated how bright this thing it would be. It gives away its position and your idea. Oh, creating another dog to chase another one down. Smart. But it seems you are a little too powerful to do that. It's very, very bright, especially in the dark.
I'm gonna send it in the wrong direction.
Okay. I am
And I'm gonna go
to ask for a challenge someone dangerous with this.
Okay.
So when you challenge someone dangerous in front of an audience, say what foolish or risky action you hope they'll take and roll 2d6. Add 1 for each statement. They care about your opinion. No. They think they're stronger than you. Absolutely. And the crowd is on your side. Yes.
Okay.
It's a +2.
+2. So the idea is to like knowingly send them in the wrong direction to fool them into thinking that I'm going one way, to kind of bring them around into a different pocket that I could exploit. And one is the protector and the other one is the protector of the portal. I'm going after the maniac voice, not the one with the deep grumbly voice. That is a 7 + 2, a 9.
On a hit, the 7 to 9, your target rises to the bait. Oh, going in a different direction. How interesting. You're going to lose me in the tunnels, by the way. As they keep going in the same direction.
Can I set up a trap?
Absolutely. What are you thinking? So that I'll pick the move based off what you're thinking.
They disrespected my girl, the arachnid. And so I'm kind of thinking in that sense to like create some sort of like a mousetrap that I can fake them into, like I'm chasing them down into it, and then their attention is not on the object itself, but then they get trapped within that portal or that like section, a closed off section, or like forcibly put them into like a dead end situation. Those are like the two ideas that I have.
I'm gonna need a tempt fate for this. When you tempt fate with your actions, say what perilous feat you're trying to accomplish and roll 2d6, add each one for each true statement. A skilled ally is lending you a hand. No.
All by myself.
You have no other options. No, you have other options. You
Yeah, I
do
could just
other
square up.
things. Yeah, and you're far from any god that wishes you harm. No. So it's a flat roll.
That is a 6.
On a 6, the fates laugh in your face. The GM will describe how your plan implodes. You try to set this mousetrap, this snare, as the footsteps quiet. Oh, how cute. You tried to trap the god of war, and you hear something snap. and your trap triggers on you.
Do I still have my speed on? Can I try and avoid that?
You can try to avoid it. So, you know what? I won't even ask for anything then because that's activated. You can avoid it.
Okay.
You're quick. I mean, I saw that coming. You trained with my sister. Perhaps I can let you come out into the light. And with a snap of the finger, there are crystals lining the top of the cave that shed light. And you see in front of you a man with no face, wearing a mask. In an ornate suit. It looks like a business suit almost, but it is shiny. Like it is clad in metal and armor. With a pair of black raven wings coming from his back. So, you want to fight the god of war?
I never initiated a fight. I just always wanted the path forward. I was seeking you out for the answers, and now that you are here, you can point me in the right direction, and I will move forward.
See, that's not fun, though. I have to have fun, too. I can't just give the mortals everything that they want. You can't have freedom without a little bloodshed. And you've gotten to shed your own blood, but I haven't gotten to shed any. So how is that fair?
Life can be unfair.
For mortals. And again, within a snap of a finger, he is right next to you. But you're not a regular mortal, are you? You're whatever this beast is. Those jaws, and you feel the tip of a blade hitting, like, your teeth inside your maw. Those have killed gods. Those claws tapping your feet, hands. Again, it's confusing. Those have killed gods. Your dagger, that has also killed gods. You think I have not been watching you from the beginning and see how your battling works and what you can do? There's a reason I protect my brother and the portal to the All and my sister. I know everything that every other sibling on my pantheon can do. So what can you offer me?
In exchange for what? What are you offering me?
I guess you'll have to find out what I can offer you. If what you want to offer me is good enough.
And see, that is the problem with you gods, is if what I give you is good enough, maybe a scrap of a blessing I may receive.
Oh. Yeah, you definitely have dealt with my younger siblings. But you're asking me to give up where not only my brother is, but where my sister and her husband are. That is 3 gods. That is no minor blessing. And yet you have the audacity to ask for more?
I'm not asking. I'm taking. And I would like to act impulsively. If he is next to me, I want to take a swing.
Absolutely. When you act impulsively, describe the emotion that drives you in answer one. The GM will tell you something you didn't notice until now as they answer the other. Which one would you like to answer? What advantage do you seize, or what trouble hits you hard and fast?
What probably hits me, what trouble probably hits me hard and fast is the fact that it's probably a bait, so he probably is expecting it to come. But that's what I want. I want distance.
The advantage you seize. He doesn't move. He takes it. Oh. So you do have fight in you. I'm glad you finally showed it to me. And I need you to take a strain as he slashes his blade across you. But just because you have fight doesn't mean you can handle it. Show me what all of my siblings have taught you, God Killer.
He's still next to me.
Yeah, he's not moving.
He's beaten all of his siblings, but has he beaten them all at once? Is my thought process. Okay, so I already have my speed and sense going. I already have a spectral image going, and that's somewhere around here. I want to start off with reflection and surround us in a circle of mirrors. And then I want to bring in the spectral image that is this blinding light to create this giant area that is like nothing but just like the purest light that you can't really see in. And then from there, I can do lightning, flames, teleportation, any one of those things, or I can just straight up strike. But I'm starting with the mirrors, reflection, to create this like giant light ball.
Awesome. So I will ask for wield power again. So
Yeah.
You've done this. You've done the specific act before perfectly. No.
Shit, no, I haven't.
You're desperate for this to work.
Yeah, I think I'm starting to get desperate.
Mark 1 strain for me.
Mm-hmm.
How many strain are you at?
I'm at 4.
Okay. And you're close to the shrine, lair, or domain of the god you took this power from. No.
Wait, the last person that I saw.
The reflections.
Just getting technicalities here.
Reflections was the scales, I think.
Yes, but the Forgiven. Did I lose my strain after that interaction? I can't remember. I'll just leave it at 4, and I can fight.
Actually, I don't think you would have had strain because you would have lost your strain from talking.
That's what I'm thinking. So I would be at actually 2, not 4.
Yeah, you'd be at 2.
Okay. Okay, I got a little bit more wiggle room. Okay. That's fine. Okay, cool. We're good. So I'm at 2. We're close to the shrine, and then
so
I
you
did
have
not.
You have a +1.
+1. Cool. That is a 9.
On a hit, you do it. So you watch as 11 mirrors circle the two of you, and out walks that spectral version of you. But he smiles, and with a wave of his hand, as the fingers curl in on his palm, tendrils of darkness start eating at the light, surrounded by your spectral you. And out of one of the mirrors walks a spectral version of him. Tendrils of darkness surrounding it. You think that you're the only one that can manipulate the mirrors? The reflection that comes back is just the amount of light you put into it.
Then, let's bring the light. I feel like lightning is a good alternative because it is damage and light. Where flames can be quenched. They're good, but they can be quenched. I think this is not a call of lightning from the sky as if I have done before, so making it more difficult. But I think this is like pure electricity from like within. This is like the amalgamation of like this combination of like I'm like plugging in every power cord to like try and like make it like create this like explosion of energy to get him surprised to a point where I can then take advantage of that.
You could say it is the explosion of synapses that were happening in your mind the first time you activated your heightened senses.
Very true. To continue the explosive energy in the room here, I think it's going to be lightning.
Yeah, okay. Wield of power. You've done this specific deck before perfectly. Yes, in a different way. You've wielded this power before perfectly, so I will count it.
Okay.
You're desperate for this to work. No?
Well, I was before. I think it's probably still desperate. Okay. In all honesty, I think it's strange. Just a like, it's a continuous like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna go from like desperate to like, no, I'm chill. You know what I mean?
You're close to the shrine of the shrine layer or domain of the god you took this power from. No. So it's a +2.
It's a 9 again. 5 + 2 + 2.
Okay. On a hit, you do it. Describe to me what this looks like.
The mirrors are circling around. He's talking about all of these reflections. There's these dark representations of himself and myself that are sticking out in this light that's being created, but also snuffing it slightly. I think that in this, I'm thinking that I need to act as quickly as possible before more continues. So I think it's this like true like inner reach from like all of within. So it's like I would like gather the power and like start from like down in my calves and like wrenching out, like it's like wrenching out more when I'm already giving so much. I've already got the speed going, I've got the spectral image going and reflection going, and now I'm adding lightning on top of it. It's just like this is so much. I've only ever done one power at a time and succeeded, and it's now I have to be bigger and be bolder and be willing to sacrifice whatever I am to achieve this goal, as I have already set myself out to do in continuum with looking for the all. So it's like gathering all of this power, like reaching in from within, and it's this, you know, very Kamehameha, like just like looking to just like blast as much energy at him as possible while all of this is happening at once.
And he stands and takes it. And there's a drip of blood coming off of his chin from under the mask. Oh, So you can make gods bleed. Amazing. Interesting. I did not know a mortal can hold such powers. And then you hear a voice. Darling, please stop. And from out of the darkness, a woman you recognize emotionally, feelings, but memories no. This isn't you. Your wife stands in front of you.
This is not my wife. The wife is with the lady, not here.
You sure about that?
97% sure.
I'm gonna ask you, would you like to recognize a god?
Yeah.
Okay. When
I want to figure this dude
recognize
out.
the signs or influence of a god of the cradle, roll 2d6 and add 1 for each statement. You're in or near their domain. Yes. You're familiar with their gospel. Would you be familiar with the Gorge's gospel?
Probably not.
Okay. It'd be bad if you didn't know. Yes. So that's a +2.
Cool. 6 + 1 + 2 is 9.
On a 7 to 9, the GM will give you a clear interpretation of the omens. Ask your GM a single follow-up question of your choosing, and they must answer honestly. The clear interpretation of your omens are the domains that the Gorge sits under, or on top of. The Gorge is the god of the underworld, the void, destruction, resurrection, and energy.
Resurrection. Damn. Okay, let's see. I think Alabaster. I think Alabaster throughout this process. I'm 180ing this on you. Alabaster throughout this process has been mourning not just his wife, but has been mourning a life that he never had. The life of Alabaster Mirage. The life of the scientist, the magician, the arcanist, the one who would live their life with Syra. And the omen that I put out into the world is that I am forgetting who has been lost. And the idea of Alabaster Mirage has been lost. So I feel like this new person, Alabaster, the beast, the god killer, is different and has different goals at this point now. Knowing that, or learning that, the god of the underworld, resurrections, energy, all of this stuff, God after God after God said it wasn't possible. It wasn't possible. And they know their siblings. They all know they're each other's siblings, which means that it's not possible. It's either not possible or this god just doesn't do it, which means that they're not going to just do it right now. Still think it's a farce. I still think it's a play on the mind. And I think that Alabaster wouldn't acknowledge Syra. Because right now the goal is to get to the all. And so the way to get to the All is to get through the gorge and to get to the portal. Because the portal is how I know how I'm going to get forward.
You do get a question that I have to answer honestly.
I always have two questions in my mind, and one is personal and the other one is not. Okay, is the hallucination real?
I won't answer this with words. Because as you're looking at it, trying to discern whether it's real or whether it's a trick, the unseen moves and just quickly, with a flick of the blade, severs her. There is a splatter of blood. And there is a last breath drawn. Again. Looks like my brother was trying to be nice to you. But you hesitated. So I took the chance.
I think there's like a deep feeling of sadness within Alabaster that in the past would have hurt so much more. Had this had been what is now years ago, had this had happened years ago, this would have hurt significantly more. But Alabaster is not the same man he was. And I think that still this vision of such brutality on somebody who had already passed and had passed peacefully to be brought back just to be killed, just to be slaughtered for a point is just now these gods are going to die. There's no walking away from any of this. And I think that I'm done playing with them. And I want to go in for like killing blows.
Okay. So you'd like to inflict violence.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. When you inflict violence on someone, roll 2d6 and add 1 for each true statement. They wish you harm. Yes. You're desperate. Okay, +2. And it's personal.
For sure.
+3.
I swear to God, if I get double sixes and get 15 on this, that would be crazy.
I think you've gotten an overkill on every single, like, killer sparing.
I have.
Except for Kiar.
Except for Kiar. I missed on Kiar.
Yeah, because you got the curse.
Mm-hmm. And that's where the spear came from.
Yes.
So 3 + 6 + 3 is 12.
On an overkill, 10+, you lose yourself to Righteous Fury. The GM will tell you
Makes
the cost
sense.
of your divinity.
Makes sense.
Your powers all culminate into the most raucous, devouring. You do not stop when his breath stops. You leave nothing of this. And I need you to roll 2d6 flat to kill this god.
Seven. 4 plus 3.
Okay. On a 7, they see something vital from you as well. Name what vital part of yourself you lose.
I feel like just based off of how I've been feeling, how this character has continued to like progress in especially these scenes, I feel the most accurate thing for him to lose at this point would be Alabaster Mirage.
And who do you become? Is the question.
I feel like there are many titles that portray me well. The Beast, the Wronged, the God Killer.
So you finally accept it. He says, as all divinity and life leaves him. Finally. I've been waiting years for him to be able to leave me alone. Continue down the hall and you'll meet me. And you do get a new power from killing the unseen. Your power is darkness and rage.
Darkness and rage. Interesting.
And you were actively feeding into his downfall and his hunger. At first, with your unwillingness to fight, using pacifism, you were feeding his downfall. And once you started fighting, you fed his hunger for violence. You may continue to the end of the hall, where it is a lit throne room made of black stone and red crystal. As the gorge sits upon the throne with a spiraling porthole behind it, you see a man that is nothing but a shadow that is iridescent if the light hits it correctly. He looks tired, with the etchings of a scraggly beard and messy hair of a man who never stops working. No. What is it you want? Perhaps I can help.
I think he's still in this like fury of like power and emotion and all of these other feelings. I think that he is like a lit match ready to explode. I think any little inconvenience is probably gonna set him off. I think Alabaster is like holding in all of this like raw power and energy that he is still like coming to terms like bringing it all in, and I think that the only thing that can come out of his mouth is like the way forward.
Had it been anything else I could help. I am charged with not letting anybody through this. You do understand.
Yes, I understand. Your lips are sealed. Your duties are to do whatever it is you do. Guard this
My
portal.
lips are not sealed. I could give a shit less about what the all would say he'd do to me.
Then where is the all?
He turns and looks at the portal. Answer to your own question.
Then I must go through.
That is where a problem starts. I do not want to impede you or cause an issue, but I can't let anybody through. Not even myself.
Then it seems that we are at an impasse. If that is the way forward and that is the way I must go, and if you cannot let anyone go through, then it is what it is.
And what is it? You ran in here ready to take my head if I hadn't spoken.
I would have, and I still
know.
could. I will be getting through, with or without killing you.
There's a wave of his hand. Alabaster, what is the worst memory that could be brought to mind in this time? Outside of losing your wife.
I feel like, so there's a different answer for like what Alabaster would say versus what the Beast would say. I feel like Alabaster holds a lot of regret for starting this mission. You know, I feel like there's a piece of him that still wishes that he could just go back to the way it was and just continue on life the way that it had been, you know, living as a sad person. But I feel like Alabaster is forgotten. Alabaster is dead and dying. I think the Beast, the worst memory you could probably bring up for the Beast is like the fact that at every turn the All has had the continuous final say. And I think it still sticks I think Kiar's death still sticks with him pretty heavily. So I think it's like the fact that he was not able to to do everything with grace and with honor the way that he had intended to.
Both of these play out in front of your eyes. He can see them plain as day as you can. How interesting. You have two minds playing two separate regrets. That's quite a conundrum. Which one truly is your most regretted thing? The way that my sister died? Or the fact that you started god-killing in the first place? I wonder if we'll find out. But as he says that, you see his eyes, if he had them, widen. And the tip of a blade, similar, actually, one would say a mirror image of the one on your back, slips through the center of this god's chest. And then you see him stepping out of the portal. Well, well, well. How interesting. Good job, Seamus. You held him in place. I was getting bored. You should have just let the kid through. And he rips the blade out, and the gorge falls limp against the throne. You know, it's amazing how many of these divine sit on thrones when they don't even have the power to beat me. And he flicks the blood off of the blade. Y'all, nice to meet you, God Killer. And that's where we are going to go to break. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We're going to take about a 10-15 minute break. So take a bio break, get snack, get drink, whatever you need. And we will see you in about 10-15 minutes.
10-15 minutes.
10-15 minutes.
10-15 minutes.
10-15 minutes.
Oh, goodness. Fun, fun. Alright, I'm gonna make some Gatorade really quick. 10-15 minutes. Yeah, fair. Whoa. Craig.
Now recording.
I think so too. That's for sure. Always ready to fuck a bitch up.
Welcome everybody. We are back from break with that excellent cliffhanger where the all has entered the building, everybody. But it's not just the all. With the clacks of heel on stone, a feminine figure exits the portal behind the all. One that we would know as the lady. And she says, "No, darling. Wouldn't it be better to have let him found us on his own? Or do you think he's incapable of that?" No, I know he's capable of it, darling, but I wanted to see the shocked look on his face when I took another kill from him. Just like I did with the dear Arachnid. I didn't think you'd be that fond of spiders there, Alabaster, but here we are.
I think Alabaster is... I think Alabaster is actually not shocked by any of this. I think he believes the all to be a pompous asshole, and this is right up his alley. And so, contrary to what exactly the all wanted as a reaction, I think Alabaster, I think the beast, the god killer, would do everything in his power to not give it to him, to not react.
You're a bit quiet there, buddy. Not exactly what I thought I'd get, standing in front of the guy searching for me and everything. Did you like the little show of your wife showing up again? That was my idea, by the way.
I think Alabaster knows. I know I can't be stupid with the all. That I have to be a little bit more precise. That I can't just be a slayer. I have to be precise. I think that I want to fully size up the all. Like, still staying quiet and being, the creep that I am, at least, is standing in front of these two gods silently. But I really want to just... Like, I feel like this is recognize a god, but I want to, figure out what makes the all tick. Like, a predator scanning their prey.
Yes, I agree this would be recognize a god. Though it could be... no, we could do recognize a god on this, because I don't feel someone or something out would get you what you want.
No, I'm not looking for, feeling them out emotionally or in that sense, or I'm trying... this is prey and predator. Less what's your motive.
So when you recognize a god, or the influence of a god, roll 2d6 and add 1 for each true statement. You're in or near the domain. Yes. To clarify, their domain is destiny, stories, thoughts, choices, chance, and light. And this isn't in the mechanics, but because you are so deep in so many of his domains, I'm going to give you a +2 with this true statement. You are familiar with their gospel. Are you?
I feel like I've said it in an episode past, and I have recently come to fully accepting it myself. This is my destiny, to be the god killer, to slay them all, to spare them all, to start this over, to clear this Etch-a-Sketch out and leave a vacant field for our future to pine and to till and to build of their own wishes, and to make gods that will actually influence the world and help their people and do good or do great bad. And so I think this is my destiny. I think I am familiar with their gospel.
Then you have a +3. It'd be bad if you didn't know. Yes. Roll 2d6, God Killer, with a +4 modifier.
That is an 11.
You see, he smiles. Well, God Killer, that roll right there would have been an overkill. Which is interesting, because I think you knew your divinity was already trespassing on mine. Didn't need a roll of the dice to tell you that. But here, I'll rewind it to let you do it again, see if you get a better option. Roll it again.
I rolled better. I rolled higher. It's a 12 now.
Well, here. I'll just tell you what you're wanting to know. You wanted to know what I want, why I do this, why I am the way that I am. It's because of people like you. People who make the decision that they're going to fuck everything up.
Like you did.
No. I made it better.
By fucking it up first.
No. I killed one god. One. You killed an entire pantheon, my friend. I am nothing like you.
And you never will be.
Nor would I want to be. You see, I married death because I accept her and the process for what it is. You are so selfish to think that one person coming back would make you happy. I'll tell you, she came back, and you let her die all over again.
No, that was your brother-in-law.
Was it? Or was it your indecision of whether something was real or not that allowed it to happen?
Her blood is not on my hands. But the Unseen's blood is on mine.
The unseen, the forgotten, the usurped, the traveler, the gem. How many more? Why don't you just look at your fingers, tell me how many names you have.
They're all written, all 10. There's always room for 2 more.
Well, let's see how good with a spear you are, as he chucks his full force at you.
I got mine. His spear versus his spear.
Yeah.
I feel like it's the best thing to block it with.
Yeah.
And I still have all of my shit still going.
Absolutely. I'm going to need you to wield a power.
Sure.
One that you did not know you had.
Oh shit.
There is something in the spear that calls to you. You hear a voice in the back of your head. Tell me to open.
Open.
And before you is a shield of light. From blade tip to the end of the pole, as the All's other spear flies off of it back into his hand. How interesting. It seems that our dear daddy-in-law is learning to speak again. Well, I guess I'll have to destroy that spear when I destroy you. And he's going to close quarters with you and actually slash at you, and I need you to take 1 strain. Come on, God Killer.
I want to connect with the voice inside of the spear.
Ooh, so you want to connect with somebody. Okay, when you try to connect with someone, tell them something intimate and answer 1. The GM will reveal a fragment of their pain as they answer the other.
I feel like in this moment, being told telepathically, like, tell me to open, and then saying open and it opening. I think there's like these like floods of like just sudden thoughts that come to the God Killer, to the Beast. To that is just like, okay, so this happened. Okay, now what? And I think some of the first things that come to his mind is like, I am vastly underpowered, but I am smarter than the all, and that is for certain. I think something that is like telling them something intimate is that I think for probably the first time on this journey, I think Alabaster is scared. I think scared to make a mistake, scared to misstep. You know, I think death is not necessarily what scares him here. It is that he has come all the way to this finish line, and he is right there. He's scared that he won't cross the finish line.
So, that's your intimate thing. What question will you answer?
I think what divides me and this voice that is coming from this spear is not just the actual practicality of it, is that it's a voice emanating from this spear. In my mind, it's also probably something that is got some sort of godly connection to it as well, something above the all. And that's something that Alabaster has come to terms with, the fact that there are gods around, but he is still a firm believer that they still don't do all that they can do. He still doesn't believe in gods in that sense. Like, he doesn't believe in the blind worship of gods. So I think that's what still divides us, is that he is reaching out, but he's not reaching out fully. He's like, I need your help, but it's still like, I don't know how I'm fully feeling in this moment.
I think the common ground that you share is that you both had someone important taken by these gods.
So the Lady and the All both took something important from us. Okay. Do I have time to recognize a god in this situation? Is it a god?
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to try and recognize who is within this sphere. Like, who am I asking for help from?
Yep. So when you recognize the signs or influence of a god of the cradle, roll 2d6 and add 1 for each true statement. You're in or near their domain. Yes. You're familiar with their gospel. No. It'd be bad if you didn't know. Yes. That's a +2.
It's another 12.
You know, on an overkill, usually your divinity would be actively trespassing against them. But I think instead on this overkill, your divinity actively melds with theirs. I didn't think that a god killer would be able to reactivate me. You know, it's the opposite of the name, I guess. You can, refer to me as the home. But you already know my name. It's Nosea. I was the god that the all killed. killed because he blamed me for him being alone, not having a family or a home, when that wasn't my choice. But he blamed me. And now I'm a fucking spear. But you did all of this because of love. Because of anger. I can understand that. I can feel what you want out of this. And I think some change is good. I can do some things, but there are command words with them. Obviously, you know open. And then you feel another slash against you. Talking to Daddy, dearest, are we? I don't think you have time to waste, as he's going to launch forward with another stab.
I want to try and dodge out of the way of this.
Absolutely. Give me... This I will need a Wield of Power from you.
Mm-hmm.
Because he is very close quarters.
Yeah, I'm tapping in more to the speed and sense of it all.
So
that makes sense.
You've done this perfectly, yes. You're desperate for this to work.
Tricky question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Relieving my stress and my strain is opening up to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Being intimate with somebody.
Mm-hmm. Who has betrayed your trust.
Mm-hmm.
Who are you saying you were intimate with?
Well, I was with the home.
Yes.
Opening up on how scared I was. They have not betrayed my trust.
No. The home has been gone long before you were born.
And I'm living on hope and a prayer right now. Alright. I want to try and wield this power. So, I've done this before.
Are you desperate?
I think in this time... I don't think he is.
Okay.
I think he finally has somebody who, in this moment, was like, yeah, no, I agree with you, things need to change. And it's like, I think it provided a sense of calm to the scared of it all. I think it kind of is forcing me to lock in this moment. So there's no room for fear in this moment. There's no room for desperation. There's only room for accurate attacks. And so that's what I'm going to do.
Okay. And I will tell you that you are not close to a shrine layer or domain of the god you took this power from. So it is a +1.
Okay. That is a 7 + 1 is 8.
Okay. On a hit, 7 to 9, you do it. You are able to dodge this attack. And he goes, God killer's quick. You have to be. Of course, you're fighting gods, things that are superior to you. But I don't think it'll work, as he flits over to the other side of you and slashes at you again. And I will need you to suffer 1 strain.
Even if I try to wield another power to get away from it. Something I'm not already wielding.
Tell me your idea.
The ace up my sleeve. Teleportation.
Ah, okay. Yeah, we can try this. I will say, this is gonna be hefty if when you wield a power, roll 2d6 and add 1 for each true statement. You've done this specifically perfectly before. No.
Nope. Fresh at this.
You're desperate for this to work.
No.
Okay.
I think it's accurate moves here.
And that was from the Traveler, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yes, I believe so.
Yes, you are. So you have a +1. Because soil is one of their domains, and you are underground.
Okay. Before I roll, I want to be like maybe more specific about where I'm teleporting. I'm between two places.
Very
I'm
smart.
thinking about the first one is 3 places. 2 are in the room with us. 1 is not.
Okay.
Thinking about teleporting just behind the all, just like Nunny, like right behind him. That other one is out of that striking range, but still within striking range of him. So that way I can just like appear in another location and then inflict violence. The third one is going through the portal, teleporting to right before the portal and going to their domain.
Ooh, okay.
Let's take this fight home. Let's go with option 3.
Okay. Roll them bones.
Okay. +1. That is exactly a 7. That is exactly a 7.
You
Thank God.
are lucky, my friend.
Jesus.
As the blade is about to hit you, you right behind the All-in Lady in front of the portal. God. Fuck, I forgot that you dealt with the Traveler.
I'm right behind the all and the lady.
Yeah, because the lady was next to the throne.
You're right. And the all was closer to me, and the lady is right over there next to the portal. Fuck. Alright. I'm going all in. Can I drag her with me?
You can try.
I hate that phrase! Alright.
Give me a tempt fate roll.
Okay. Okay.
When you tempt fate with your actions, say what perilous feat you're trying to accomplish, which you did, and roll 2d6 and add 1 for each true statement. A skilled ally is lending you a hand. No. You have no other options. No, you do. You could just not do this.
I could just not do this.
And you are far away from any god that wishes you harm. No.
Nah, he's right there, bruh. Alright.
Oh, who said it was he?
Oh, yeah, no, you're right. Dang it. Okay. Okay, so it's a +1, right? Or it's a flat.
It's flat.
It's flat, you're right. Okay. That is a 10.
On an overkill, you triumph over this specific ordeal, but attract the attention of your enemies. They react immediately.
Good.
You grab onto the lady's wrist to drag her through the portal with you. And she smiles. I was already coming with you as she sinks a dagger into your chest. I need you to suffer your 5th strain. And as you go through the portal, you see a porcelain, gold, and beautiful blue painted throne room with pillars and snow and the outlook of the mountains on northern Ugira. As she stands over you with this dagger still in your chest, we're going to use a move that you have not yet used yet. And that is suffer your 5th strain. When you suffer your 5th strain, choose whether to succumb or to persevere. If you succumb to the strain of your existence, describe how divinity explodes from you as you die, altering the cradle forever. If you choose to persevere, roll 2d6. On a 7 to 9, clear 1 strain, but also reveal one to your opponent as you fight through the pain. A weakness or flaws they can exploit, something you desperately desire, your true hidden intentions. So, roll them bones. Do you persevere or do you succumb? I honestly don't think you're succumbing. Knowing you and Alabaster, you're not succumbing. You're persevering. So
We're persevering.
Roll them damn dice.
Okay, yeah, I'm not giving up that easy. Okay. That is actually a fucking 10.
A 10?
Yeah.
You lucky fuck.
I've been rolling so high.
On a strong hit, 10 plus, divinity surges through you, clear all strain, and describe how you forge ahead, turning a dire situation on its head.
The lady strikes me with her dagger, and I just pull her in closer.
Oh, how romantic.
And to think that she followed you. And I want to, like, as we're falling through, I want to turn to push her into the ground and drag her as we're getting pushed through this portal into this new world, as I'm, like, just dragging her down into the ground.
You are able to turn her over and do that, though your hand goes through her. And I need you to suffer 1 strain as your hand is dragged through the porcelain and tiles. Darling, I'm made of water. You could have thought a little bit more than rather be angry. And your lovely wife didn't just follow me for the death and everything. I am the goddess of conquest, too. How do you think she married you?
I wasn't giving you pride for her follow. In fact, now I pity her.
How cute.
I would like to wield another power.
Absolutely. What would you like to do?
One, yet again, that I have not used.
Okay.
We're gonna boil this bitch.
Oh!
Use some flames.
Okay.
So I'm going for the damage. I want to boil her.
Okay. Obviously, you know. Done this specific deck before perfectly? No.
Nah.
You're desperate for this to work?
No, I think I'm still clear-headed.
And you're close to the shrine lair, domain of the god you took this power from?
We are in this new location. I don't know if it's close or not.
You are in the sun. So, technically, yes.
Okay. Just choking. Like, I'm in the sun.
Like, I can't argue that because she was the goddess of the sun. And it is very bright with sunlight in here.
Okay.
So.
Alright. Okay. So it's a +1. $10.
Fucking Christ. Watch, you're gonna kill one of them and you're gonna roll a 6.
Yeah, I'm gonna kill him and it's gonna be like a 2.
Yeah. So on a 10 plus, The GM will describe how you drain, terrify, or wreck what's around you. I think what happens is there is an explosion of flame. It's not so boiling as it is evaporating. She is screaming as these flames evaporate her and destroy this home that she's lived in for so many years. And as the all steps through the portal, seeing this happen, anger raising in his body. Oh, you chose the wrong one, buddy. Would you like to kill or spare this god that you are currently evaporating?
Going to stick to the theme. The only ones that I spare are because I'm trying to send a message, or they genuinely help me and deserve to continue. And I've only spared 3. The Forgiven and the Arachnid, they help me. The Traveler I spared to watch them suffer and burn as the world continues to burn and change and their beliefs continue to fall off on the Traveler. And I can keep these flames going and use them to my advantage. So I'm going to spare her.
Okay. When you confront a god in their true form and reveal that you know their downfall, which you do, which her downfall is the knowledge of things she does not know, but relent at the last moment, describe how you spare them, and roll 2d6.
I want her suffering to be a distraction to the all, as well as a purpose for him to actually fight. That's why I'm sparing her. Ten.
On a
6 plus
strong
4,
hit,
Jesus.
you can also bind them with a curse of your own. Say what they must never do and what they must obey. Regardless of your role, you receive a semblance of their power.
She's sitting there, she's evaporating. She's in pain, she's screaming. This infuriates the all, but it also distracts him at the same time. What shall she must not do? She shall not die until the all takes his last breath.
Interesting. You see, in just the perfect second, there is a glint of something off the sun. As the all is not standing by the portal anymore. His spear rains down into her chest. And he comes down on top of it, creating a crater underneath her. And sliding down off of it, he reaches down into her chest and rips as you see sinews and ichor dripping from this beating orb of golden energy. You know, funny thing. All these gods had something that you ignored, that I got to taste after you left. They all have a divine heart. And it's delicious as he consumes this golden orb. Honey, why don't you do me a favor and violate a curse? And you see her final breath is taken. And the thing that is going to happen is that the boundaries of death shatter beyond repair. For the rest of Nosea's history. And he is going to roll to wield a power. He is desperate for this to work. He's going to mark 1 strain. He's never done this act perfectly before. And he is close to a domain of a god that he took this power from. As you feel gravity press you down, he pulls his spear out, does the little thing where it twirls and it's up by his side again, and he kneels down to you. Oh. Did I not mention I can do everything you can do? But better. And he's gonna slash you again, giving you 1 more strain. What would you like to do, Godkiller?
I'm going to... I want to use the spear as a shield.
Okay. Which you can do, absolutely.
Got a couple of different things going between my head here. Okay, I think what I want to do is... I want to create... Do I still have my powers activated from before? So like the reflections and the spectral image?
I will say the mirrors are not, because they stay in one place.
That's fair. With the spectral image I can.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a secondary me. I think what I'll do is I'll bring that here with me as well. As a distraction, in a sense. Actually, what I want it to do is I want the spectral image to charge at the all and then disappear right before it gets to the all. All while that's happening, I'm going to wield another power, a new one, the darkness. I want to create a space of darkness that just kind of envelops and starts to envelop the area around me, creating this like path of darkness that if he wants to come to me, he's gonna have to go in pitch black dark.
Okay.
Okay, I'll wield the power first, and then I've got other things. So starting with the spectral image, it's going down and then disappearing while I'm wielding this power. Okay, have not done it before. No. Not desperate for this to work right now. I'm still toying around with the ideas. And didn't I take this from the last gods, the darkness and the rage? So I'm pretty close to their domain.
So
unless I am like in a completely different location because of the portal.
let me see. You actually no. So technically, you are in the Unseen's domain. Because he is the god of freedom, war, diplomacy, warriors, shadows, and secrets. So right now you are fighting. You are effectively a warrior and enacting a war. It's a two-person war, but it's a war.
It's bigger than a battle, that's for sure. Okay, so just a +1 on this one. So 4 + 3 + 1 is 8.
Do it. There
Okay.
is a path of darkness that he kind of laughs, and he flicks this little dial on his spear, and he's going to wield a power that he has wielded perfectly before. He is not desperate for it. He is in the lair of the god that he took this from. And with an 8, you see your darkness shrink back as time reverses. Oh, cute. I mean, I could have done something with light, but showing that I'm better is more fun.
And now that this giant cloud of darkness and rage is sucked up into this tiny little thing, I'm going to hit it back at him with like I'm going for like impact.
Okay.
Like I want this thing to explode in on him.
Absolutely. Inflict violence for me. When you inflict violence on someone, roll 2d6, add 1 for each true statement. They wish you harm. Absolutely.
Hell yeah, they do.
You're desperate.
I think it's starting to get to that point, but I think there's still the sense of fight in him.
It's personal. Yes.
Hell yeah, it is.
So it's a +2.
This guy. So 6 + 2 is 8.
Okay. This part of the fight ends on your terms. So you are able to make that thing collide with him. It implodes as he laughs. He does take 1 more strain, so he is at 3 strain, where you are at 2. He laughs as it dissipates around him, and he just like cracks his neck and disappears.
I still have my shield up.
You feel something wrap around your ankle and pull as you are pulled forward with your shield going out wide, and you feel a slash across your chest. Unseen, this figure, but is causing physical damage. So suffer 1 more strain. You forget, I built that spear. I trapped him in there. I know the command words. Close. And you see the shield closes.
Okay. Invisible at the moment. Did I get the power from the lady?
No.
Because he took the divine heart.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. He's either invisible or moving so fast I can't see him. So what I'm gonna do is I would like to manifest a miracle.
Ooh, okay, something we haven't done yet.
Yeah, something different.
Okay. When you want to manifest a miracle, sacrifice a power and describe how you channel that power into the world to its fullest potential, and then erase it from your sheet. You can never use it again.
I think in a true fireball, I think in an explosion of flames, I want to, because I'm currently in like the all's domain, right? Yeah. I want to set everything around me on fucking fire. Like, unleash the fullest potential of my flames and just let it rip. And so, whatever cloak, invisibility, whatever is holding him to, like, whatever is illusion he has going on right now, or whatever power he's wielding right now, it burns this use of it, that this overwhelming sense of fire and heat just sets ablaze to everything that's happening right now and creating another blank playing field. Like, we're both out in the open once again, just starting from scratch by sacrificing flames.
Okay. You see that flames scour the ground, the pillars, render this home to dust, and he's laughing. Standing on the still burning throne, he appears. Oh, you thought that I had some kind of invisibility cloak or something of the sort? Like I need a mortal's tool to be able to fight you? Buddy, my power is time, and I have plenty of it.
But everyone has a time.
Not now. You see, when my lovely wife shattered your curse, she shattered death.
So now death is not even an option.
No. But torture is, and he's going to flip forward and be behind you and slash you again.
Yeah, have my shield up because closed it and then opened it. Can I try and dodge it?
Yeah, you can attempt to dodge it. I will say this is a... Let's do a challenge someone dangerous for this. So when you challenge someone dangerous in front of an audience, say what foolish or risky action you're hoping they'll take, and roll 2d6, and you're just hoping that either they'll miss or they will come in contact with your shield. They care about your opinion? No. They think they're stronger than you? Absolutely. And the crowd is on your side? Yes. It's a +2.
That's a 12.
Christ. On a 10 plus, you push too far. Your target reacts instantly and dangerously. So you are not only going to suffer 1 strain, you are going to suffer 2 strain for the fact that not only does he slice you, but in your attempt to dodge, he flicks to push you with the gravity, and you fly back into a burning pillar. How much strain you have, buddy?
That puts me at 5, if you add the 2.
So we're suffering a 5th strain again. And I know you're not succumbing. Okay. Roll the 2d6.
It's an 8.
8. So on a 7 to 9, clear 1 strain. But also reveal 1 to your opponent as you fight through the pain. A weakness or flaw they can exploit, something you so desperately desire, or your true hidden intentions.
I think I desperately desire to win.
Oh, you want to win. He's going to move his finger like this, and you rewind from taking that strain to being back to 3 strain. You want to win. Win against a god who's won against other gods, that controls time, forwards you back into going into the pillar and on the ground with that 1 strain being removed. That's really interesting, because I could just continue and rewinds you back to being standing in front of him. I can play with you for the rest of eternity, and no one will ever fucking know. How do you expect to win?
While he's like rewinding the time, there are multiple times within that where he was in close combat with me.
Yeah.
So I want to try and react and use my enhanced speed that's already going to try and stab him in the middle of all of this.
Okay. I'm going to ask for this is going to be a tempt fate. When you tempt fate with your actions, say what perilous feat you're trying to accomplish, and roll 2d6. Add 1 for each true statement. A skilled ally is lending you a hand. Yes. You have no other options. I don't think you do in this moment.
I don't think
because
I do.
he's just toying with you.
Yeah.
And you're far from any god that wishes you harm. No, so it's a +2.
That's a 9 plus 2 is 11.
On an overkill, 10+, you triumph over the specific ordeal, but attract the attention of your enemies. They react immediately. I think you're able to get like one hit on him that he doesn't really react to in that moment, but it's the second one that you go for that he grabs the blade. Interesting. Daddy dearest, stun. And I need you to roll me 2d6 flat, no modifiers, to attempt to resist what is about to happen.
I want to fight this thing with lightning so bad. It's like electricity versus electricity, bitch. Flat is a 7.
Okay, that's a success. It's a success. You do not get stunned, but you do feel poison rush through your body. It was not electricity that was happening. Ah. Lucky. And he's going to kick you back towards that pillar. Now, are we done playing games? Are you going to try to win? Or are you just going to let me toy with you forever? Because I have fun either way.
Can I light up the rod with electricity and throw it through him?
Absolutely, you can. Inflict violence, my friend.
Inflict that fucking violence.
They wish you harm? Yes. It's
Yeah.
personal? Yes.
Yeah,
Are you
I'm
desperate?
Yeah, it's gotten to that
Okay,
point.
that's a +3.
+3 is an 8. I rolled low.
Okay. This part of the fight ends on your terms. You throw it through him, and he suffers that 5th strain. And you see him, a man made of porcelain, glued together by gold. He has androgynous but masculine features, curled hair, a very prominent nose, a light dusting of facial hair. As he sits there, and he's going to roll to suffer his 5th strain because he will not succumb. On a 6 or lower, specifically lower,
Wow.
he rolled 2 1s.
Oh. Jesus.
Alabaster Mirage. As he falls unconscious, would you like to kill or spare the all?
I'm going to kill the all. There's no question about it. I think that, like, his heart is, like, racing. Like, he's thinking of, like, that this is what he wanted to accomplish for all of the other gods that were, whether they knew it or not, were just following orders and doing what the all had wanted them to do. And I just want to take, with one spear still stuck in him, his own spear, grab his other spear and stick the second spear in his face.
Okay. Roll me 2d6.
Flat.
Flat.
It's a 9.
They see something vital from you as well. Name what vital part you lose.
There is no shifting back into the mirage that is Albert Mirage. There's no turning back from this form. I will forever look the beast that I am.
And on his final breath, as he had rolled to spare you, and rolled an 11, he bears you a curse. Thou shalt not have the words to share your story. Thou shalt be the beast that defends Sacris in the world enjoy your life, God Killer. And that is the end of Chapter 1 of Other Worlds, The Grave of Grief. Thank you, everybody, for joining us for this wonderful story and this live finale. So sorry about having to have rescheduled it. Migraines decide the day when they happen. But I have been Derek, your wonderful GM, who is always a wonderful GM, for this beloved God Killer story that we worked so hard on. If you enjoyed God Killer, go over to Connie Chong's itch.io, that's itch.io /by Connie Chong, and you can buy it there. They are working on a full version of it, which I will be buying and playing as soon as it comes out. You can also, if you like God Killer and other things like that, like dark stories, you can also find Connie over on Transplanar RPG. We love Transplanar over here on Crazy Spears, and we'll always support them. So please go follow them after you follow us, of course, because we have to promo ourselves. But give them some love. Tell them that we sent you. And you can find me out on the interwebs at Derek Does RP. That's DERYKDOESRP. Or under the guise of the Queers and Spears social medias. If you're talking to that social media, it's probably me. Also, in our Discord server, our NPC collective, I am there. I talk a lot. I am chronically online. But before I let my God Killer introduce himself for the last time in an outro, I would like to let you all know Chapter 1 is not the last chapter you will see of Other Worlds, and it is not the last chapter you will see Nosea. For Chapter 2, Armageddon Apocrypha, will be happening later this month, maybe February. I will post it on the socials, so see it there. But I can tell you our cast. Our cast of Armageddon Apocrypha is the wonderful Dare Hickman of Transplanar fame and other places. Our lovely friend here, Mick, who is also known as Radical Slinky. And our other lovely friend, Jen, who is also known as Young Goals or Jen Geeky on social medias. They are our main cast for that, and we also have a slew of amazing guests that come to join us, so I cannot wait to share Armageddon Apocrypha with you guys. It was a labor of love, and I will let my God Killer introduce himself for the last time of this story.
Hello there. My name is Charles, or CJ. I play the God Killer. I use he, him pronouns, and the God Killer, the Beast, uses all pronouns. I have loved every inch of this story. It has been a pleasure to be a player once again. Thank you so much, Derek. If you want to give us a follow, you can find us everywhere at Queers and Spears, just kind of doubling up on that. I'm always chit-chatting also in the NPC collective. I love chit-chatting about all of our different adventures. We've done so many different little adventures and stories in different worlds and different places and different times, and it's all been a pleasure to see and hear. So if you want to come chat about it, come chat on the NPC collective. If you want to give me a follow, you can follow me on Instagram at WillyBillyCharlie. And that's everything.
And we will see you next time in the next chapter for another story. Also, stay in chat for the raid because we're going to be raiding out. Bye.
Bye.